Welcome to the Football News Show. First video of the day. It might have gone ahead to come in late, but I think it's going to be worth it. And Douglas Luiz transfer block to Arsenal. Arsenal has been one of the teams that are really interested in signing Douglas Luiz, but it looks like there is a very huge block that has been set up by the side of Aston Villa. Smash the like button, comment and share. If you're watching us for the very first time, endeavor to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Nkunku, Rich James and very many other Chelsea players are back into the team that is going to be really doing a very good job for Chelsea in the remaining games of the season, though worryingly they are out of the FA Cup. If at all they really had this group of players return towards the end of the season and they had gone ahead to knock out Man City to play in the finals of the FA Cup, then it would have been better and better and better. And there is Santiago, he's called Santiago Jimenez, one of the strikers that very many Premier League clubs are really looking up to. Looks like there is a huge story linking him to Liverpool that is going to develop in here. We thank God for the gift of life. The Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum, and may the living to God bless you abundantly. Rokani David is my name, and let's obviously go eyes. Let's see close to 300 likes mark in this video, and don't forget to subscribe. Peter O'Rourke, he's a transfer correspondent for the Footy Insider, has confirmed to us that a new deal for Douglas Luiz could be agreed quickly if Aston Villa are willing to meet the Brazilian demands, with potential Champions League qualification set to play a huge part in persuading him to pledge his future. Now, when you look at Aston Villa, when you're going to the Champions League, I think you wouldn't like to lose out on a player like Douglas Luiz. Let's be real. You wouldn't like to lose out on a player like Douglas Luiz, because we know exactly what Douglas Luiz brings. He brings a lot to the team. Goals, assists, shielding the back four, and he's really a talented guy. His work rate is really very, very important, and it comes in at a time when he signed a four-year deal in the winter transfer window of 2023, and looks like he tied himself at Aston Villa for the next 4 years. Now, having gone ahead, obviously just go, I think now it's like 1.5 years out of the 4 years. Looks like Aston Villa want to obviously increase his salary. But for me, I think there is something hidden in increasing his salary. They want to get what we call a buyout clause, because they know they cannot keep the player. There is no team that is not Man United, Arsenal, Man City, Liverpool and Chelsea that can keep a player. You see, even these teams have players that sometimes really reach and say, we want to go. For example, Ronaldo had just gone ahead to win the Champions League and had played in the Champions League final and lost to Barcelona in 2009, and he said, I want to go. Look at players like Thierry Henry, at Arsenal says, I want to go to Barcelona. Even the recent, look at Ika Gundogan, said no to the contract of Man City. We've gone ahead to see other players really quit these clubs and obviously go to the other clubs. But I think the difference now is that the Premier League is the biggest league in the world that every player is really dreaming to play into. We all know that. So, if the Premier League is the dream for every person to obviously come in through and really play at, where does it leave the likes of Aston Villa? Because Douglas Luiz would love to obviously play for Man City or Arsenal, and we all know that these two clubs are interested in signing Douglas Luiz. He has been one of the bright sparks in the midfield of Aston Villa. He has a double number of assists this season and a double number of goals this season, and he's not injury prone. He has been readily available for the team and looks like he has gotten a lot of interest. The last time we heard it all about was them pricing him for 105 million pounds, and for everyone who knows what 105 million pounds is, those are peanuts to the side of Arsenal and Man City, because Man City have just gone ahead to Arsenal have just gone ahead to pay 105 million pounds for Declan Rice, so that is not like a havoc or a Huddle into, so they can easily get into that and see to it that they get themselves up and running. So that is not a hurdle that you think is really gonna block these people from obviously experiencing exactly what they want to do. So as it stands for me, I really understand that it's not gonna be an easy one for Aston Villa to convince this guy to obviously put pen to paper, because however much they want to obviously increase his salary, they won't keep him. I don't think they can offer the salary that Arsenal can offer to him or Man City. And secondly, when these clubs knock, it takes me back to the days when Real Madrid and Barcelona, right? AC Milan used to be the kings of Europe, and they used to knock on the door of a club to really take a player. No player could really resist it. That is it. Premier League struggled to keep quality way back when Real Madrid, Barcelona, AC Milan, Juventus were the kings of Europe. And right now, the kings of Europe are in the Premier League. However much they got knocked out in the Champions League, but I tell you what, they are still the kings. Now, when you look at the mission behind this that I'm thinking about is this. Douglas Luiz, right? Douglas Luiz, Aston Villa have gotten to know that he is more valuable than £105 million. And if you are to get that amount of money, you know, you should offer him a contract improvement. Then later in the contract, you put out what we call a buyback clause. I think Aston Villa now know to it that they can really fetch close to £120 million from Douglas Luiz. And that's the fact, because when two giants are fighting, obviously the price has to go north, as demand dictates the price of any product or commodity. And the demand of Douglas Luiz is having two big teams, you know, that are really coming in through to fight for him. That is Arsenal and Man City. I've gone ahead to read somewhere that even Liverpool can join the queue. So it shows you that it's really gonna go hard and farthest, you know. So I think the reason as to why Aston Villa are wanting to give this guy a new contract, an improved contract, like to give him the salary he's demanding for, because of what is going to put out to obviously phase off the interest of Arsenal and Man City is, I think they want to put out a buyout clause, because they know £105 million, it's going to be peanuts for Arsenal, because Arsenal are hate to pay that amount of money. And when you look at what is happening at Arsenal right now, they might not be willing to spend that huge amount of money to bring in a striker, because they feel like they want to reinforce their midfield to see to it that Thomas Partey and Jorginho really get better replacements into the team. And if you add Douglas Luiz to that midfield of Arsenal, that is really a very huge addition, because you'll be having 2 or 3 players that are not injury prone, and they are really good. Odegaard, he's not injury prone. Declan Rice is not injury prone. And when you add on Douglas Luiz, you'll be having a very perfect midfield trio that can obviously tussle it out and face off any team all over the world. So I think that's the plan. They've gotten to know that we cannot really keep this guy, but the fact is we can get in more and more money from him by obviously selling him to the side of Arsenal or Man City. But if at all you put out a buyout clause, it really helps Aston Villa twice. First and foremost, Aston Villa will be getting the amount of money they want. You get? Secondly, if those teams fail to trigger that buyout clause, Aston Villa will keep the player they want to keep, because I tell you, Unai Emery doesn't want to lose this guy at any one moment. He wants to keep him around for at least one season in the Champions League and later sell him off. But teams like Arsenal and Man City that are really chasing for the signature of this guy are not willing to wait until that level. All they want is to obviously to get this player in as soon as possible. Now, after that guy, let's obviously have a talk with Liverpool, a team that is going to hate to really shrink or implode at the final bend of the season. Jacob's Ben. Liverpool have no plans to sign Feyenoord striker Santiago Jimenez, despite Ancelotti's impending arrival at Anfield. Remember, Jimenez is playing for Feyenoord, and he's one of the strikers that has been scoring in very many goals ever since the season went ahead to start down at the stadium where he plays. In the Eredivisie, I think last season went ahead to obviously score very many goals. And when you look at last season, in the Eredivisie, he scored 15 goals and 2 assists. This season, he has played 29 games and scored 21 goals. That is this guy for you. In the Champions League this season, 4 matches, 2 goals. And what makes him a very huge target is his age, 23 years of age, 1.82 meters tall, and Feyenoord were afraid that they are going to lose him because he was being linked to very many teams last summer, but his transfer never went ahead to materialize. But this time around, I think he's going to move to one of the big clubs in the Premier League. That is it. But Liverpool are like, we don't need a striker. When you look at Liverpool, I see no reason as to why Liverpool could invest striker. Do you find any reason as to why Liverpool could find a striker? Because when you look at Darwin Núñez is a striker, Diego Jota is a striker, Cody Gakpo can play as a false number 9 too and lead that line well. And I think they should reinforce elsewhere. I think a central defender and a midfielder will be the priority target for the side of Liverpool as they jet into this summer transfer. And Ancelotti will obviously understand it. Though, when managers come in through, they can make in demands and say, maybe I'm not going to be using Diego Jota. All else, Diego Jota is an injury-prone player, and there is no way I'm going to fix him into my team. He might obviously put out that. So, we wait and see how that pans out. But it's really going to be very important to note that these two are really going to be having a very good go for that, and teams are really eyeing for this guy Santiago Jimenez. Then we go to Chelsea. Some big news: Levi Colwill, Rich James, Christopher Nkunku all continued their work during partial team training, where Raheem Sterling also returned to take part into the partial team training. So when you're having all these players back, especially Nkunku, because for Chelsea, it's not that they haven't gone ahead to create chances. Chelsea has gone ahead to create very many chances, but the problem has always been who finishes those chances. As their player called, what's the name of that guy? Nicholas Jackson has gone ahead to miss very many chances. He's the reason as to why they're out of the the FA Cup, and even in the Premier League, they would have gone ahead to be doing better. But this guy has failed to obviously do the needful or do what they call the dual agency of finishing off those chances. Rich James, I think, returned at a very perfect time because I've gone ahead to see Malo Gusto injured. So that means he returns to get straight into the team. And Levi Colwill, obviously, one of the best young left backs for the side of Chelsea. And he can really play as a left back or a left-sided centre back. So, your thoughts on Douglas Luiz transfer, Huddle to Arsenal, or Man City are welcome in the comment section below. What do you think they want to offer him a new contract that is really improved? They want to give him new money, they want to tie him on a long contract to keep him, or they want to put out a buyout clause? I settle with a buyout clause. I don't know what you settle with. Santiago Jimenez, Liverpool pulling out, not interested in him. What do you make about that? And Chelsea having a 4 injury burst return. Levi Colwill, Raheem Sterling, Rich James, and Nkunku. Do you think will really improve them and really see the fight for a place in Europe? All that and more into the comment section below. Rokani David is my name. And we are out for now. See you later. And we cover you all in the precious blood of Jesus Christ. The Muslims, Barakallahu Fikum. Let's see close to 300 likes much in this video. And continue to subscribe to this channel because you know the milestone we want to hit. That is 21,000 subscribers. And as we speak right about now, let me see. As we speak right about now, how many are really having? We are having 915, meaning that we're left with 75 subscribers to hit 21,000 subscribers onto this channel. Continue to spread the love. I'm out.